So, yes, as I said, I'm from Germany, and I was invited here to write about the DMZ, and I was very honored, although I think I'm not an expert on this topic, and I really tried to write this several times, and then I thought, the reason why I can't write anything is that I want to spare the world another half-knowledge opinion on a very difficult topic. So I decided to write a short story, something that I'm familiar with, something that I can do, and it's fictional. If this will be a question later, it's fictional. And then I know this topic only from the German news, more or less, and I know in Korea it's handled differently. It's more like an everyday topic, and in Germany we only get to know about North Korea when there's like an atomic bomb test or the president meets another president, something like that. So I'm really not an expert on the topic, so I tried to write a short story which should be hopefully fun for everyone. And I wrote it in German because German is the language I write in. This is in English. Somebody translated it into English. So I'm going to read this in English, and I'm not, my mother tongue is not English, obviously, and there will be words that I don't know, so please excuse me if I mispronounce words. And I also read this yesterday and today, and I think in English my language sounds quite stupid. So please excuse the stupid language. Did I want to say anything else? I don't think so. Okay, I just start, and I try to read somewhat slowly so the translator can follow. It's called East Korea. It's the title, East Korea. Tonight, Kim Jong-un and I will get wasted. We meet in a small samgyeopsal bar near Sangsu. It has become very difficult to find a Korean bar around here, although everything is very pleasant and contemporary. Here, the city tries to be like a white metropolis. If samgyeopsal ever falls out of time or is no longer any pleasant, it would be terrible. We order 2 rins of pork belly and a piece of galbi, a steamed egg, a stew, and a bottle of chamisul fresh. It's my first time meeting Kim Jong-un, and I will definitely not say his full name every time I say his name. In Germany, they say Kim Jong-un, which with the J pronounced like a Y in English. I try to come up with a proper nickname that is both cute, respectful, and friendly, but also a bit degrading. Kimi, Jongi, Uni, Andis, Jongbong, Jongbonga, Jongbanger, MJ, Korean Hitler, Koreans Hitlerchen, Sweetie, Bacon Face, Bacon Boy, Playboy, MVP, Back to Sun, Butt Crack, Boost Baby, Crybaby, Schweinsteiger, Helmut Kohl, Nelson Mandela, Donald. I cannot think of anything clever. For now, I call him Hyung, which means older brother in Korean, and it is used for every man and boy older than you. Should Korea ever witness the rise of a serious gender discourse, then terminologies such as Hyung and Oppa will certainly be great fun. And I hope that my rising alcohol level will eventually come up with an unbeatable nickname. We drink the first 2 shots of chamisul fresh, and I ask him, Hyung, how many people have you killed today? He blushes a little, but maybe just because of the alcohol. He looks past me onto the soju poster with the famous pop singer IU, who looks into the camera with a glass of soju in one hand and with the other giving a thumbs up. She smiles and looks like she could drive for many more hours and be a role model for children. So that's what you look like when you drink soju. Maybe it's just a liquor that makes you perfect, but Hyung seemed ashamed. After all, there aren't that many people in this world who are responsible for the death of a few people every day and don't give a damn. If he gives a damn, everyone does, I think. I did not shoot anyone, I did not stab anyone, nor did I strangle anyone. I did not kill anyone today with my own hands. But if you mean that, as the political leader of my country, I'm responsible for every non-natural occurring death, it's definitely a few hundred. I can't tell whether he is being cynical, repentant, or just responding to my question because it is polite to answer questions. He pours 2 more drinks, we knock them back, and he takes out the deck of cards. I'll show you a magic trick, he says, and makes me draw a card. I take a close look at the Queen of Hearts and put her back in the deck. He makes me mix up the cards, picks them up, and throws all of them up in the air. The cards remain stuck to the ceiling. Just 1 card falls onto the charcoal grill on our table. It is the Queen of Hearts. The card explodes and a small atomic cloud rises above our meat, accompanied by a corresponding sound which is also in miniature, and eventually the cloud forms the outline of a reunited Korea. After 1 hour, our stomachs are filled with an ocean of soju in which many pork belly pieces bath, but still, Hyung has not become an interesting conversation partner yet. He just does not say much. He seems very thoughtful or unhappy. I hope that will change. But not because I'm bored with him. We move on to a karaoke place. It's not one of those well-lit, friendly places with an ice bar and polished white marble walls, a place where you can see into the karaoke rooms from the outside, but one of those old ones in the basement and with bathrooms in the hallway, with worn-down sofa upholstery, with cigarette burns and ashtrays filled with wet naps. It's not a venue in which you hear the latest K-pop hits, but instead, it's filled with the sound of old Korean love songs in soju minor. Hyung does not have a credit card, so he lets me pay, which I'm fine with, and I tell him to close the gulag in return. He laughs briefly and then looks at me either angrily or with concern. We order 2 more bottles of soju, pour them down our throats, and then, at last, Hyung says something in the finest Bernese German. I hate your world, and I hate my world. I want to destroy all worlds and unleash a friendlier world. The world in which you live has no limits, and that only helps a few. Almost everyone suffers. Nobody is fine. You always say that I enslave my people, but your world enslaves everyone who is not you. If everything is decided by the economy, then the decision is that everyone is feeling worse, and only a few feel less bad, and only a very few feel much better. You are poor and sad, or rich and sad. Satisfaction always defeats dissatisfaction. I do not know anyone who is satisfied. Your world creates unleashed, compulsive dissatisfaction. There are no longer any values. There's only an infinite amount of morality, but no values. In my world, I let people starve to death. I let them know nothing and own nothing. Everyone feels bad and badly want me to disappear. Nobody is fine. However, no, nothing however. Absolutely nothing however. I keep up a crappy world. I keep it up, I did not create it. As you know, there are a lot of problems. Borders are a problem, hard borders are also a problem. The hardest border in the world's most absurd and dangerous border, is of course also a problem. Hunger is a problem, war is a problem, not talking to each other is a problem. Nuclear weapons are a problem. Diplomacy is a problem. Politics is very, very problematic. Violence is a problem. Derrick Rose's vulnerability is a problem. Dennis Rodman has always been a problem. China is a problem. America is a problem. The Koreas of all directions are a problem. Socialism is a problem. Capitalism is a big problem. But most of all, family is a problem. Family is the biggest problem of all. Family and coincidence. Someone is born a working class child, someone else as a miscarriage, someone else yet as an endangered mammal in Madagascar, someone else yet as the child of a billionaire, and I was born as the son and grandson of 2 dreadful dictators. We all have our crosses to bear. If I could choose, I'd rather be Tony Kukoc and would have won 3 rings with the Bulls. But maybe I'd rather want to be that animal in danger of extinction. Maybe I'd like to be anything but myself. He plays It's My Party and I'll Cry If I Want To by Leslie Gore, and unsurprisingly, my heart melts with his singing, given that he has an excellent voice. His phone starts ringing, but he does not notice, so I pick it up from the table and see the name Donald lighting up on the display, the name being followed by the fairy emoji. He stops the song and answers the phone. Yes, no, yes, yes, I understand. No, I cannot do that. Yes, it arrived yesterday, thank you. It's alright, yes, fuck you, haha, yes. I'm in a karaoke bar, Leslie Gore, sure, let's go next time. Okay, bye. We get a whole case of peach-flavored chamisul at Family Mart, eat tteokbokki at a small stand, and wander around Seoul. We play the drinking game Never Have I Ever, in which one player makes a statement that starts with Never have I ever, but if the opponent has already done that thing, he has to drink. Then it's the other one's turn. I begin. Never have I ever repealed anyone who tried to leave my country. Hyung drinks and tests me. Never have I ever purchased a product that was knowingly made under the most adverse circumstances. I drink. Never have I ever killed a family member or arranged for the killing of one. Hyung drinks. Never have I ever satisfied my lust by watching porn in which women are treated with pure disrespect and in the end several men ejaculate on their faces and at the same time denounce the people or the industry who produce such films. I drink. Never have I ever contradicted my father. He drinks. Never have I ever contradicted my mother. I drink. Never have I ever wanted to drop a bomb and destroy everything so that something new can flourish. He drinks and I drink too. It is very late in the evening or very early in the morning. It is already getting bright. We stand on the border of the two Koreas and the sun is rising. Neither in one nor in the other country, but as usual in the east. We share a brotherly kiss, the kiss of two systems, the kiss of two guys who would have wanted to be 2 meters tall and basketball players, who both envy and hate each other at the same time. Then Hyung fumbles a small device out of his pocket and gives it to me. That's a detonator for one of my atomic bombs, and I want you to have it. I'm somewhat astonished and scared, but also touched and unhappy, and I realize that my body has never before experienced so many different and mutual hostile feelings at the same time. Whenever you want, press this button and a massive bomb will destroy something, maybe even everything. He throws his right hand in the air, unfolds his wrists, and shouts, "Kobe!" and then disappears in the fog towards the north.
마치 한 편의 연극을 본 듯한 그런 기분도 듭니다. 또 시를 읊은 것 같기도 하고요. 박본 선생님이 굉장히 여기 보시는 바와 같이 굉장히 젊으세요. 80년대 87년생으로 알고 있는데요. 이런 말씀 드려도
Yes.
되는지 모르겠습니다.
That's right.
That's right. 저도 사실 처음 이 글을 읽고 깜짝 놀랐어요. 저희 같으면 이런 상상력이 참 쉽지 않을 것 같은데 박 선생님이 계시는 독일이라는 그런 공간이 또 이런 상상력을 가능하게 했나 한편으로는 부럽기도 했고 신선한 자극도 되고 그랬습니다. 원래 박 선생님 다른 희곡 작품도 도널드하고 트럼프하고 김정은하고 둘이 같이 만나는 이야기를 가지고 베를린 연극 축제에서 작품상을 받았다고 들었습니다. 저희 지금 우리나라에는 박본 희곡집이라고 한 권이 지금 번역이 돼 있는 모양이에요. 그리고 경향신문하고 인터뷰를 하셨더라고요. 보니까 아주 어렸을 때부터 연기도 하시고 글도 쓰시고 많은 활동을 해서 어떻게 보면 젊은 나이인데도 독일에서 굉장히 이 연극계에 참신한 자극을 주는 그런 존재로 지금 자리하고 계신 것 같습니다. 여러 가지 이야기 나눌 게 좀 있지 않을까 싶은데요. 다른 선생님들 질문 있으시면 지금 좀 해주십시오. 김현수 선생님 아까 모두에서 이미 신선한 자극을 받았다고 하셨는데 하실 말씀 있지 않을까요?
예, 뭐 질문은 없을 것 같긴 한데 어쨌든 제 읽은 그 소감을 말씀드리면 뭐 그 신수정 선생님이 말씀하신 것처럼 저도 이런 형태의 그런 발표장에 여러 번 왔지만 자기 작품을 이렇게 만들어서 자기 방식대로 이렇게 그 발표한 점에 대해서 좀 놀랐고요. 그리고 제가 나중에 발표할 주제가 그 정전체제가 상황에서 한국 문학이 어느 정도 계속 억압적인 그 힘을 받고 있다. 그래서 그걸 어느 정도 떨쳐버려야 된다라고 이제 생각은 말은 했지만 내부에서 그게 어떻게 답이 있는지 알기는 좀 힘든기도 하거든요. 그런데 이제 이걸 읽고 나서 이런 식의 가능성이 있겠구나. 우리는 왜 이렇게 뭐 발랄하게 접근을 할 수가 없었을까? 이제 그런 생각을 많이 했고요. 여러모로 이제 굉장히 신선했습니다. 저는 이제 개인적으로 제일 신선했던 것은 김정은이 형일 수도 있겠구나라는 점에서 이거는 이제 저는 뭐 처음에는 우스개처럼 생각을 했는데 이거는 좀 중요한 문제일 수도 있겠구나라는 생각이 들었어요. 그래서 김정은과 김정은의 북한이라는 게 상수로 존재할 수도 있겠구나라는 생각이 들어서 지금 이제 저 같은 세대는 그게 어떤 건지 잘 모르겠지만 박본 씨나 한국에도 이제 박본 씨 세대 같은 사람들에게는 김정은의 북한이라는 것은 항상 상수로 존재하는 체제일 수도 있겠구나. 그렇다면 또 어떻게 이것을 대할 것인가. 그런 이제 생각이 좀 들었습니다. 질문은 할 게 뭐 별로 없는데요. 소주를 굉장히 잘 드시나 봐요.
Yes, I do.
여기 지금 나와 있는 거 보면 굉장히 많은 소주를 드셨는데 몇 병 정도를 드시나요?
Oh, this is a fictional character.
네.
I haven't had the opportunity yet to drink soju this time, but I will. With you. I don't know, maybe.
예. 예, 원했던 대답입니다. 예, 감사합니다.
결국 소주 미팅을 성사시키셨네요. 다른 선생님들도 예?
Thank you for the story. It was excellent. Have you seen the movie JSA?
Yes, I saw the movie.
In JSA, the South Korean soldier calls the North Korean soldier 형. And that's a critical moment in the film where there's a relationship. In other words, the terminology of 형, calling someone 형, is not just used widely, it's when you develop a relationship, right? So my question to you is, why did you decide to humanize Kim Jong-un the way you did?
That's a really good question, but I think probably I didn't have any other idea to, because how can I say, everything else has been written already, right? So we know he is a very bad person and there's nothing we can say about that because it's just the truth. And then I know this person only from the newspaper, and I think the thing I do is to imagine people, I guess. So the idea was exactly that, to just hang out with Kim Jong-un, get drunk with him, and then see what happens. And then I had no plan further where this is going to end, and I think, yeah, that's how I wrote the text, just to imagine to hang out with somebody you will never hang out with, and then give him some basic human instincts so we can not just demoralize him or make him the devil that he is in the public media, because it's really easy, right? There's so many opinions in the world about everything, about music, about politics, about sports, and about anything, women, men, children. But there's only one opinion about Kim Jong-un, and that's he's a bad person, which makes him, for me, very interesting. Where in a world where there are 7 billion people and 700 trillion opinions, there's one person that unifies every single one to one opinion, which is this person is a bad man. So this makes him, for me, very interesting to think about.
네, 다른 선생님 어떠세요?
그 김현수 씨 얘기처럼 이 반도라는 또 남한이라는 장소성에 갇힌 사람은 도저히 경쾌해질 수 없는 상황에 대해서 아주 경쾌하게 얘기하신 것 같아서 재밌고 그랬습니다. 근데 제가 갑자기 여쭤보고 싶은 게 생겼는데 그건 그 발표하신 내용과는 좀 상관이 없을 수도 있는데 제가 언젠가 그 독일 통일 과정을 지켜본 그 독일의 그 캐톨릭 주교님을 한번 만난 적이 있었는데 그분이 제가 듣기에는 매우 상징적일 수 있는 그런 얘기를 하더라고요. 그러니까 독일이 통일이 가능했던 건 정치적 타협이나 어떤 타결에 의해서 가능했던 게 아니라 물론 뭐 성직자다운 말이지만 독일의 통일은 정치적 타결이 아니라 용서에 의해서 가능했다. 그 말이 굉장히 와닿았던 것 같아요. 그 말 속에서 제가 느꼈던 거는 아이들은 갈라져 있는 동안에 있었던 사연과 기억들을 모두 다 용서했구나 라는 생각이 들었는데 물론 이제 박 선생님이 독일 통일 과정을 지켜봤는지는 알 수 없지만 살면서 만나신 독일인들이 이 주교가 한 말, 독일은 정치적 타결이 아니라 용서를 통해서 통일을 이뤘다라는 말에 실제로 독일 대중들은 인정하는지 뭐 이런 게 갑자기 궁금해졌습니다.
I was there. I was a baby. I was 2 years old, and I probably saw David Hasselhoff. But from an emotional standpoint, I cannot really answer this question because I was a baby. But from reconstructing the historic events and speaking to people, I cannot really agree. But maybe because I'm too young. But I don't think it has to do with forgiveness. It's more like some political, very strange circumstances that allowed people in the East to be angry and demonstrate, and then a mistake by a who was his name? I don't know. I remember his name. I'm born and raised in Germany, but he said yes, the Berlin Wall is down, and it was not true, and then also Glasnost and Perestroika and all we know, I think, led to this moment. Because I cannot imagine what East and West people would have to forgive about each other. Do you know what he means by that? Why they are angry on each other? Because I never knew that. Actually, I really never knew.
제가 궁금했던 거는 독일 통일 과정을 지켜보지 않으셨을 나이 같은데 지금 독일에 살고 있는 그 대중들이 혹은 박 선생님의 부모 세대나 선배 세대들이 통일을 기억할 때 우린 이래서 통일을 할 수 있었어 라고 얘기하는 순간들이 왠지 있을 것 같은데 그럴 때 그 통일을 가능하게 한 힘을 뭐라고 얘기를 하는지가 궁금했고요. 그러니까 아까 주교 얘기를 한 거는 이제 그분의 종교적 수사가 그랬는데 분단 국가내에 살고 있는 저는 그게 되게 와 닿았는데 독일의 지금 현실, 지금 독일을 사는 사람들이 기억하는 독일의 통일의 어떤 원인 혹은 가능하게 한 힘, 그게 뭔지 이런 것들이 좀 궁금했던 겁니다.
I think the situation in Germany and Korea are not comparable at all because in Korea in the year 2000 it was a big story when North Koreans and South Korean families which were divided went to visit each other or talk to each other. And it was a huge story, and in Germany you could do that. West German people could visit their friends and family in East Germany. And they could talk to each other over the years, over the course of 40 years. They were never like, it was never cut off. So there is a relationship between those countries all the time. So I really, and I don't think these people were angry at each other, not really, or I'm missing out something here. But I think this is a major point why the reunification was something people wanted, I think, because of the emotional boundaries they had with their own families. And here I experienced when like 10 years ago, I went to the DMZ with my family, and I was in the middle of my 20s and very fiery. And I asked my family, why, how do you feel about reunification of North and South Korea? And they were like, like Korea, South Korea in the middle of the, like 2005, 2008, where it's flourishing, economy is flourishing, people, like the first generation came out of poverty and like luxurious things comes to Korea. And they said, no, I don't know, I just enjoy my life right now. We don't want to hang out with these people who are very poor. We have to give them so much money, and then my own life will suffer. And I think that's a very different opinion on what it was in Germany from my perspective, where like it was a common goal. Like even Helmut Kohl, the president, the chancellor by the time, who was a very conservative man, is someone who tried to reunite the Koreas, which is Germany's, which is I think unthinkable here, that you have a conservative president who tries to reunite Korea. It's more, I feel like more like a left-wing idea.